Ultro here out of the basement, headed down to Pennsylvania for my first scouting trip of the year. Gonna go check out a new piece of public that I found. It was my third year going down here to Pennsylvania. Second year, had an opportunity, just couldn't get the buck to take a couple more steps. You know, the plan going in for this season is gonna be the same for the last two. New York, my part of the area is tough. I do want to shoot, you know, a decent buck every year. You know, I went 3 years without shooting a deer, trying to hold off for, you know, something that pretty much just isn't there. So the plan is, just like for the last 3 years, I want to score in New York on a buck that just makes me happy. You know, trying to 2.5-year-old, 3.5-year-old. I was very fortunate last year. Harvested my largest buck on public land, nice 8-point in New York. And then spent the rest of the time in Pennsylvania. I do think that Pennsylvania, I have a better opportunity to shoot a really nice upper level buck. So I'm going to try to spend a little bit more time down here scouting this year. Spend a little bit more time in the hunting season if everything works out. You know, time is the biggest, I guess, issue, especially when you work a 9 to 5. Going to try to get ahead here of the game. It's March. We got a little bit of snow on the ground. Conditions look great. Temps are supposed to be up in the 30s. Covered a lot of ground today. And hopefully we can find some good spots. First scouting trip, 2025, Pennsylvania. See what we can find. A little chilly out today, about 30 degrees. Supposed to warm up to about 30 degrees. Looks like we got a pretty big hill here to climb. I didn't think this was gonna be this steep, but it looks pretty steep. Might be tough to hunt during bow season, but we're gonna find out. That's why we're here. That's why we took the ride. Planning on checking out a couple spots here today. See what happens. Wish me luck. Well, this trip definitely didn't produce what I expected. Looking at this piece of public on a map, I definitely had high hopes, but it definitely seems like low deer numbers. I actually spoke with a person from the Pennsylvania DNR that oversees this area, and he told me that the deer numbers are low. And I have to say, I did find probably the most hunter sign that I have so far in a piece of public land down in Pennsylvania at this spot. I'm glad I went. Always enjoy my trips down to Pennsylvania, but I definitely would be crossing this piece of public land off the list. Thanks for watching.